Hello, welcome back to another episode of MythBuster in comic books, that is. I have said this quite a few times on my channel. Comic books are not very liquid. In fact, it is not considered a liquid asset. Most collectible, if not all collectibles, whether it's fine arts to coin to baseball cards to comic books, are not liquid. Does not mean that it is a bad investment, okay? But it's not liquid. Now, that's a big distinction from saying that a slab book is more liquid. Just because I said a slab book is more liquid does not mean that it is liquid in the grand scheme of things. It's more liquid when it comes to trying to sell it in the market compared to a raw copy. It's quicker, easier because the grade is agreed. Okay, so in that sense, it is more liquid. But one of the big myth in this hobby is that high grade books are more liquids. That can be further from the truth. That being said, once again, is high grade more desirable by most of us? Absolutely. If high grade books were plentiful and cheap, affordable, do you think anyone would rather have low grade than no grade when they can have a high grade copy for cheap? Right? So when it comes down to high grade, doesn't matter if it's key, non-keys, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if it's bronze or silver. It go counter to the issue that the higher the grade you go, the more expensive the book will be, and the less buyers they're going to be, because that's, I'm sure you heard me talk about the pyramid of this hobby. The low budget collectors are down here, get the middle tier, and then you get the high end. The high end does not mean that it has to be 5-6 figure book. Okay, the high end can be people that rather have high grade books. There are people that won't collect something unless it at least start with a 9. In fact, they might not want a 9.0, they want 9.2, you know. So there are a segment of collector, the high-end collector, that want high-grade books, but once again, they are in the minority. I'm not talking about the modern collector. By modern, let's make the distinction, not the CCC or CBCS distinction of modern. From 1975 to now is modern nonsense. By modern, I say post-2000. Because I can understand the modern collector prefer nothing but 9.8, maybe 9.6 would be the lowest they would like to go, because modern books are produced very well. They produce in great paper with better production process, so many books are in the near mint condition right off the production line compared to the bronze and silver, where a lot of poor production process and steps make it that even though a book just came off the press, it might not be even near mint condition. So I can understand the modern collector preferring high grade, because for the most part, even the high grade slabs are not very expensive outside of the variant and hot books, all that stuff. But let's move back to the Bronze Age, the 70s, the 80s, and the older books. Yeah, all of us, like to have high grade books. We love to have them. Who doesn't? But once you get up to the near mint, 9.6, 9.8, they get expensive, even for non-keys. By expensive, I mean at least $100. And a lot of people don't want to pay that kind of money. Sometimes it could be in the thousands, okay? As far as even non-keys, you can have a 9.8 bronze. I guarantee you it would not be in the hundreds. Same thing with Silver Age. You're not gonna find that many 9.8, even non-key Silver Age books out there. As low as the census number is for those books, it's not that many buys out there, okay? Otherwise, the price would be even much higher. So ultimately, as you move up the scale of the grade, the liquidity and demand drop significantly, okay? It's more desirable. No one is gonna dispute. But the question is, how many people can you find that's willing to pay that kind of prices for those high-grade books? So to me, the fact that it in a slab, if it is in a slab, then yes, it is more liquid, but by no means is high-grade books more liquid than low-grade. Okay, to me, low-grade books are cheap and affordable, extremely cheap and affordable, that a lot of people have no problem paying a few bucks to get a copy, just to read, to enjoy, to add to their collection. There are plenty of collectors out there that don't care about the high grade because they can buy the low grade for cheap. That makes the low grade books more liquid than the high grade books, because trust me, as a seller, I sold a lot of books, low grade, mid grade, high grade. High grade slab, more liquid, but still, if I put a listing, a 9.6 slab, 9.8 slabs on eBay, a near mint copy on eBay or My Comic Shop, a lot of time, especially for non-keys, it takes a while. Sometime a week, sometime a month, sometimes 6 months to find the right buyer that's willing to pay fair market value. So if it takes that long, it's not liquid, okay? If I had the same book, but in a low grade that I can throw up on eBay for $5, I can guarantee you it's likely to sell just like that. So it's more liquid in a low grade. So to me, having high grade is more liquid is really a myth. I don't believe that one bit, okay? Other people can disagree. I'm just gonna voice my opinion based on my experience, because I have sold raw and slab books in all grades over the last 10 years, and I can tell you low price books are more liquid, raw, or in a slab. It's easier for me to sell a Silver Age Spider-Man key in a 4.0, 2.5 slabs than trying to sell an 8.0, because once you get into the higher grade books, it's gonna cost thousands. Once you cross the 4 figures, all of a sudden liquidity dry up. A lot of people love the book. I'm sure if I show it on on YouTube, be a lot of thumbs up, beautiful books. But those thumbs up don't equate offers. Okay, so keep that in mind. It's always, I will put a poll. I think it's over here. Yeah, and hopefully people will vote if they agree or disagree. It's nothing wrong if you disagree with me. Okay, I don't know everything. I can only equate my personal experiences in this video, and I'm sure if there are dealers out there that sell a lot more inventory than I have, I'm sure they will chime in to say you are completely off. Okay, now one thing for sure, patience is needed for higher grade books, and you're likely to get something better than Overstreet. That's, I'm more confident. Okay, it's not more liquid, but the higher the grade, especially high grade, you're likely to get a price better than Overstreet, especially in a slab, because Overstreet guide tend to be way too high for low grade, and sometimes not high enough for high grade. So when it comes down to high grade books, it might require some patience. It may have less potential buyers out there, but once you find one, they are more than willing to pay you something higher than Overstreet Guide compared to low grade. Low grade, yeah, you can sell them, but be prepared to be 50%, 66%, 2/3 below Overstreet Guide to move quickly. At the end of the day, whether it's slab, low grade, raw, high grade, pricing determines the liquidity of any given book. Okay, it doesn't matter if it's keys or non-keys. If you price it low, it will go. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.